There is a pretty brutal, sobering statistic out there, and it's that an overwhelming 96% of day traders fail. 96%. But here's the thing. They don't blow up because of one bad strategy. Today, we're putting together your ultimate survival guide. We're going to break down the 5 hard risk rules you absolutely need so you don't become part of that 96%.
So I really want you to think about the root cause of this massive failure rate. Most people, especially when they're first starting out, just assume it's because these traders have a terrible strategy, right? They think they haven't found the magic technical indicator or that one perfect chart setup, but honestly, that is a complete myth.
The hard truth is that they simply do not control their risk. Most day traders don't blow up because their strategy was slightly off. No way. They blow up because just a few highly emotional trades, some oversized positions, or completely ignored stop losses literally destroy weeks or even months of hard-earned progress in a matter of minutes.
All right, so here is our roadmap for this video. We're going to start with exactly why traders blow up. Then we'll walk step by step through the 5 non-negotiable rules of risk management. And finally, we'll look at how to enforce all of this automatically using TradeZella.
Okay, Section 1. Why day traders blow up, or the 3 specific paths to a completely empty account.
There are basically 3 distinct ways this failure happens. First up, you have the slow bleed. This is where no single loss is catastrophic, but dozens of tiny, undersized wins are eventually wiped out by a few oversized losses. Then there's the revenge spiral. This is hands down the fastest path to zero, where you double your position size just to make it back. And finally, the giveback day. This is where you're up, say, $2,000 in the morning, but you just keep trading out of pure boredom and end the afternoon completely in the red.
Which brings us to our very first survival tactic. Rule 1, fixed trade risk. You absolutely have to control the damage before you even enter the trade.
The absolute golden rule of professional trading is to risk a maximum of 1% of your account equity on any single trade. Every single setup must have a defined risk before you click buy. You do not risk more just because a setup feels perfect or you have some gut feeling about the market. Keeping your risk strictly fixed to 1% keeps your results totally measurable and protects you from sizing up based on emotion.
Let's actually look at the math to see how this builds your survival capability. Say you have a $50,000 account. Your 1% risk amount is exactly $500. Now, even if you hit a terrible cold streak and suffer 10 consecutive losses in a row, you only lose $5,000. You still have $45,000 left in the tank to survive and trade another day.
Moving right along to Rule 2, hard stop losses, knowing exactly where you are wrong.
The crucial tool here is the stop order, which is basically a preset instruction to automatically exit a losing trade at a specific price. Listen, a trade without a stop isn't a plan, it is just hope. And please, whatever you do, avoid the trap of mental stops. Telling yourself you'll just exit manually might work 80% of the time, but that dangerous 20% when the market moves incredibly fast or crazy news drops, that is exactly when your account gets completely destroyed. Real, professional risk management requires active mitigation. It means placing hard stop-loss orders directly in the market. It's not about just passively watching a chart and crossing your fingers. It's about aggressively protecting your downside the literal second your order fills.
Now let's zoom out a bit to the macro-level session rules. Rules 3 and 4, daily limits. These are designed to stop the bleeding and, honestly, to protect your profits from yourself.
Just compare an undisciplined trader trapped in a revenge spiral with a professional. The undisciplined trader loses $1,000, totally ignores their daily limit, forces a bunch of terrible trades, and ends up down $3,000. The professional trader, on the other hand, uses a strict give-back rule to lock in their gains. They know that risk management is about stopping to protect daily profits from evaporating, just as much as it is about stopping actual losses.
So, let's break down exactly how a give-back rule functions mathematically. Step 1. Let's say you hit a daily profit of 3 times your risk, or plus 3R. Based on our earlier math, that's $1,500. Step 2. You immediately activate a give-back floor at plus 1R, which is $500. Step 3. If you keep trading and your daily profit drops down to that $500 floor, you are done. You stop trading immediately, screens off. You guarantee that you walk away green for the day.
And that leads us to Rule 5, track every mistake. Because here's the secret. Risk rules only work if you actually measure your compliance to find out exactly where your account is leaking money. There are a few incredibly common behavioral leaks that will just nuke an account. Moving stop losses mid-trade is a massive one. You tell yourself you're just giving the trade more room, but in reality, you just doubled or tripled your planned risk. Then there's sizing up after losses, trading right on through your daily loss limit, or treating these critical risk rules as, gentle suggestions instead of hard lines. The best traders in the world don't just track their P&L, they obsessively track their behavior.
So how do we actually systematically enforce all of this? Well, we enforce these rules with TradeZella, the ultimate risk management tool. TradeZella is honestly the required infrastructure to automate your discipline. It auto-syncs with over 500 brokers to pull in all your data, which saves you hours. The Zella AI Auto Tagger is basically an accountability partner that catches your behavioral mistakes for you. My personal favorite, though, is Trade Replay. It recreates your executions tick by tick, so you can see the exact moment your discipline failed. Plus, that daily P&L calendar visually tracks your giveback and loss limit violations, so nothing slips through the cracks.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to this. Guessing is gambling. Measuring is risk management. You really have to shift your mindset here. You cannot just blindly take trades and hope for the best. You have to systemically measure your data if you want to survive and thrive.
If you are serious about treating your trading like an actual business, you absolutely need the right tools. Try out TradeZella through my link in the description. You can get 20% off on any TradeZella plan through my exclusive link today just by using the promo code WOR20 at checkout. Start tracking your risk and building real measured discipline right now.
I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. Take a hard look at your own behavior in the markets and ask yourself, are you trading just to make a quick buck today, or are you actively managing your risk to survive for a lifetime? That 4% who actually make it, they choose the latter. Put these 5 rules into practice, measure your results, and protect your capital. Thanks so much for watching, and stay focused out there.